Is there something in workshop 1, Richard, that
I've created a bit of a vision from workshop 1, which I'll share with you. My vision will be going forward to be a profitable, environmentally friendly producer of quality products.
Okay, good, good. And that resonates with you. That's sort of that's where I want to. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm there, but that's where I'd like to be.
And that's the idea of the vision. Yeah. There's. Yeah.
I guess it's just highlighting the fact that I need to start putting things down so others can share in where we are going.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, I've just copied out something I wrote before, and that's a sustainable farm allowing for individual family members to follow personal directions within the farm management and a safe, productive work environment.
Okay, so what you've got from that is spending some time on really being clear about that overall picture and trying to make sure that that's clear and communicating it as you go through. Great. Okay, number 2, what about the environment one here, managing the environment?
The environment one was pretty important to us because we identified out of that module that there was a huge amount to be gained out of the water use efficiency. So it's looking at the species that we grow and looking at how much production that we can get out of those species and what we've got in the past and what we can get in the future out of new species that are available.
Okay, and on that one, Wendy, on that one, what is it that you actually need to bring forward? The concept of the water use, but what would you actually need to do about it from here?
Okay, I wrote down here, to utilise the information to hand on weather patterns to better, do something like our production. Optimise our production.
Okay, so to utilise that information to hand and to actually identify what water use efficiency targets do you want to aim for, what are they currently, that sort of thing.
And identifying areas of that are less efficient,
yep.
Areas of land that are less efficient, and addressing those problems. So even with whatever that area needs, whether it be it gutless sand needing more organic matter or clay patches needing some gypsum.
For example, the water that we all receive, our neighbours receive it too, in the same quantity. So we figured that if we could benchmark against other beef producers in our area, see how much beef that we're producing, given the water that we receive, and compare that in their production benchmarks, that would give us the chance to either improve or determine where we were in the equation.
But out of all that, I think also you need to be pretty aware in balancing the market on a weekly basis, and that is taking at least 1.5 days off farm or doing something that relaxes you, whether it's gardening or whether it's building a cupboard or whatever. Something that completely takes your brain off the hassles of everyday physical and mental exertion to do with farming. The other thing is to balance life. I think agriculture overall and farms as such need to get a real grip on their labour source, whether it's, and this is a huge problem throughout all facets of what we've been dealing with, and it's managing, getting people to, on a seasonal basis, or whether you go for a permanent labour source, or whether you can just rely on general help where you need it at critical times. A source of skilled people within the town, in the town, can come out and really help at those critical times when you need extra labour at that point. Now, sheep work is a terrific thing, but then cattle is a little easier. But I still feel there's a lot of stress on farmers who don't have access to extra help. I know I might sound like a bit of a, but it's, and wives usually have been the ones throughout life on farms who have provided that cheap source of labour, and that's all got to be counted into the economics.
I was just talking about the leisure time, just spending more family time together, especially in a blended family at the moment, so that's very important. Doing meditation eating well, and yeah, just with the bookkeeping and office work and things, just doing that together more as well, and with my husband especially.
So looking after yourself.
Yes.
Along.
Yeah, and the family.
Good. Come forward.
Comparison of the ratios was interesting to put yours down, and then what they reckon is a good target to be at next to it, see how far off you are.
Yeah, so it gives you a sort of neutral and independent, if you like, and you're sort of going, okay, so how do we measure against that?
And that can sort of start you changing from those points and gives you somewhere to go.
Something to aim for. How'd you go, Chris?
Key thing I found out of that was to keep an eye on your variable costs to increase your profit, but not to the detriment of your production. Yeah.
So some efficiencies in that variable cost area.
Yeah.
That's great. Good. Peter?
It's along the same lines I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's pretty important. Well, from that guy that come down here for that day, he was saying that the comparisons that he made, like compared to other companies, why he was able to do better, because he did things differently to reduce his input costs, and I thought that was interesting. Can we make things more efficient? Is there another way to reduce costs?